Hello there, it's wonderful to be with you to talk about Vision Quest and what's possible for you going into your future. Let's look at that word first, Vision Quest. Vision and quest. A vision, of course, is that compelling picture of your future, and a quest is the journey. It's about taking on a new journey and perhaps a more challenging one. The word comes from Native Americans, and it's part of their tradition to have a ceremony where you go from young adult to adult. And it might involve many days in the wilderness. It might involve capturing and killing a wild animal. It might involve meditation. It might involve many different aspects that are different, that shake you up. And our Vision Quest training is modeled on that. What it's really about, what Vision Quest really is an interruption to the attitudes, habits, and patterns that perhaps you've learned over a long period of time, and perhaps that have worked for you to some extent, but perhaps will not take you to where you really want to go. And our approach to that is that Vision Quest is this 5-day opportunity to stop, to look, and choose. First of all, to stop the busyness of life, the routines that you've adopted and that have worked for you to some extent. This is a chance to learn, to practice, and perhaps to make some new connections. It's a bit of a mid-course connection for many, many business people. And as leaders, what we develop are certain attitudes, habits, and behaviors that work for us. If they didn't work for us, we would let them go. So they work to some extent. However, quite often what happens is we become somewhat unconscious about our attitudes, habits, and behaviors, and some of them don't work. And this is an opportunity to take a look in your life at what's working, at what's not working, and make some new choices. And the second step, of course, is to really look, to develop that kind of enhanced state of noticing, of awareness. And this is an absolute requirement for long-term success is to wake up, to really be more aware of the people, the situations, the environment, the sense of the future, all of those things that you're capable of doing, but sometimes we get kind of lulled into a kind of complacency, even as leaders. The most common thing that we don't notice is ourselves. We don't notice whether this journey that we're on is really working for us and working for our families, working for our communities. So this is an opportunity to really stop and take a look at your purpose, your vision, your values, and adopt the ones that are going to best serve you going into the future. Of course, the Buddhist approach to this is that they say we should develop a selfless look at reality, to get our ego out of the way and really look at what is true. What's true about our physical health, what's true about our attitudes, what's true about our families, and most importantly, of course, as business people, what's really true about our business, our markets, our staff, about everything that's happening in this sometimes way too busy world. And then finally, it's to choose. If you have really stopped, if you've taken like this 5-day opportunity in Vision Quest to take a look at your life, if you've really looked and looked deeply, you get a space. You create a space for yourself to truly choose. Most of us, we think we're choosing. However, what we're usually doing is we're kind of taking our past, our education, the way we grew up, our belief systems, our attitudes, habits, and behaviors, and throwing that into the future. And we call that choosing the future. It's actually not. It's totally dependent on your history. So this is an opportunity to stop and look, first of all, but then to create a space where you can truly choose your future. You're going to be seeing in the program that we all have limiting beliefs that stop us from realizing our full potential. And some of those beliefs are kind of unconscious to us. But what's your belief around the school that you went to, or the life experiences that you've had, or the choices you've made, or your own intelligence? I spent many years feeling like I was not enough, It's one of the most important chapters in my book, Living an Extraordinary Life, is you are not enough. It happens to be the only chapter in the book that's about me, even though I don't confess that in the book. Now you know. The way we believe ourselves to be and around creativity and innovation, the way we believe ourselves to be around the choices we've made, the work assignments we've had, all of these add up to potentially limiting beliefs. And when you get all of that out of the way, you can truly choose your future. And you can begin to embrace the attitudes, habits, and behaviors of truly successful people. That's what Vision Quest is about. It's 5 days that were designed to change your life for the better. And it's going to prepare you to win the game of life, the business game of life, the personal game of life. It's all about preparing you to win.